I know. This is how we do. Let's go. Seminole Nation, brand Novians here. Fear the spit, we got the new flavor that's in your ear. We dope, raw and gritty, rep from city to city. We the intelligent committee and we bringing that smoke. Sports, entertainment, politics, and lifestyle. Garnet and gold, the colors, we earned our stripes now. Sit back, relax, rock with Doc and Black. When you hear that music bumping, it's time to do something. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh, yeah! No nation, no nation, no nation. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Doc. I'm here with my boy C Black, the divine mathematician. Together we are brand Novians. We came here because this movement was created by you and for you. This vibe is FSU.
FSU, baby.
Yo, C Black.
What up, baby?
With the mathematics.
Oh, man, listen, man. Hey, look, first things first, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing very well.
Yeah,
Business
yeah.
is going good. Family's doing well. How about yourself?
Good, man. It just feels good. This mic just sounds warm. You know what I mean? It sounds
does.
warm back here, man. We've been away for a minute,
Right.
but we back now, man. Toast up, brother.
Right.
You know
Let's
what
do
I'm
it.
saying?
Let's
And
do
we
it.
got Seminole cups. We keep Seminole cups. Shouts out. We can drink at the stadium now in select locations. Did you know that?
We can drink here all day, every day.
All
I
here-
don't care about the stadium because I'm drinking all day, every day.
But you know, in select locations.
I did. I'm
That's
aware
kind
of
of
that.
hot, though,
I'm
right?
aware of that. It's about time.
It's about time. Because the way things have been going,
Yeah.
we needed a drink here and there.
We need to drink.
We need a couple of drinks, man. Hey, man, so listen, let's dive straight into it, man.
you got?
I just had the esteemed pleasure to hollering at one of our esteemed frat brothers, man. He's doing some good things down in Orlando. So shouts out to Bakari Burns, man. Real good, solid brother, man.
Good work, B. Burns, man. We love you, brother. Listen, I'm in the healthcare field, and Bakari, I've been watching him since he got to Orlando, since I
Yeah.
came back too.
Good dude.
And I mean, he's doing so much for the community of those people that can't do for themselves.
Right.
And I think in my field, we're about profit so much
Right.
that you forget about the non-for-profit that needs you. And so
Yeah.
big shout out to B.
Yeah.
Burns. That's
Yeah.
that's summer 9. That's summer 94.
Right.
Upside. Summer 94 Chi Theta, Florida State. We love you, dog. Good work, bro.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But enough of that. Let's get into it's enough of that
Don't
right
discount-
now.
don't
We want to
discount what
talk
I'm talking
Florida
about.
State football, man.
Yeah.
We are officially can we say we're surging? Or
Surging in regards to what? The
Just-
team itself?
I mean, just as a program, man. I mean, we've been away for a minute, and we started off rocky. We came out to a very tough Boise State team.
Sure.
And a very tough situation, man.
Sure.
I mean, you know, the hurricane was touch and go here and there. I mean,
Right.
that caused some issues, but that was a letdown. So it's 2 years in a row we've had a first game letdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech last year, now in Boise State.
Right.
Louisiana Monroe, I mean, they came to play, sir. I mean, much respect to them. They came to play. They came to play.
They did, because whenever you play a team that's clearly superior to you, right? Clemson, North Carolina.
I'm listening.
When they're clearly superior to you, you come to play.
Right.
Because you have nothing to lose.
Zero.
Right. So I think that, you know, they played above where they were.
Right.
And we'll
Above.
see that play off at the end of the year.
No doubt.
And we played way below where we should have been. Not necessarily where we were, because we played where we were, but where we should, what the fans expected us to be.
Right.
How about that? Fair enough?
Right.
All right.
Right. But all I'm saying is, that was a tough victory.
Yeah.
I mean, this field goal at the end, I mean,
Right.
it was tough.
Right.
So they came to play, but I still think, iron sharpens iron.
Sure.
That game helped build character.
Mm-hmm.
Then we took it to Virginia,
Right.
right? Came up short there. Louisville. Now this last week, man, with North Carolina State,
Right.
and I felt something different in the air, sir.
So kind of break down to me what you felt.
I'm
like start with your primary so we can kind of
Okay.
converse about that, then go into the secondary.
So let's talk about these fake ass fans.
Okay.
First things first.
Speak on it.
You know, we got a hashtag now. Thick or thin.
No snitching.
Hashtag
Yeah.
no fake ass fans allowed.
Pound, no fake ass fan.
Right. And I really feel that, you know,
the Florida State fan base embarrassed themselves. We're a proud organization, man. I often say we are the Pittsburgh Steelers of college football.
Explain that.
Okay. The Pittsburgh Steelers, which is my team, black and yellow.
Mm-hmm. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Right? Shouts out to Wiz Khalifa.
No doubt.
Only had 4 head coaches in its entire existence.
Okay.
So now if you think about Florida State,
Okay.
we're really on our 3rd head coach as far as most people can remember.
recent history.
Right? So
Sure,
we've had
sure.
more coaches than that.
Sure.
But you get what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
we are a very loyal
True.
group of people. And Bobby obviously ate up most of that time of this time span we're talking here. You know, Jimbo did a good, 8 years?
Yeah,
Eight,
it was
roughly,
7.
right?
Yeah,
he did his thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, salute to Jimbo Fisher.
No doubt.
No hate from us here.
Well, a little bit for me.
I mean, he got us a ship. He got
did.
us a ship. I mean, I didn't like the way
Kids
he ended
got
it.
a ship, yeah.
I didn't like the way he ended it.
yeah.
But listen to me,
Yeah,
sir.
we got one.
$75 million guaranteed.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Listen, you're a fool if you don't dip. That's not what I'm mad at.
I know you're not. I mean, we're mad at all of the other
Right.
stuff, the
Right.
real things that are tangible
Right.
and palatable
Right.
and palpable to the Florida State fan base.
Because this, but not to interrupt you, bro, but this goes
You-
back
you
to.
do that well, but it's okay.
No doubt. I'm trying to learn too, because I want to be equal. So this is my thing, and this has been an old tradition of our people: is you leave what you found better than you found it.
Right.
Period.
Right.
If you don't, that's clearly making it tougher for the next generation.
Correct.
And that's kind of where we are at right now. But we'll deal with that later. We have in the past.
No doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So I always make that that comparison that we are the Pittsburgh Steelers of college football. When you look at all the other great programs that are rivals to us and quite frankly that we admire and respect.
And there's few.
You know, University of Miami,
Yes.
Florida. I mean,
Yes.
we knock out, drag out battles
Right.
with those teams, right? I mean, even the Notre Dames, the Nebraskas, Texas. I mean, UCLA, USC's. I mean, the upper echelon teams in name, money and endowment, right? And brand recognition.
Right.
A lot of those teams, man, have churned through coaches.
Right.
We haven't done that.
We have not done that. Right.
That makes us special if we recognize that and become an intelligent fan base. Now, we can be mad at play on the field, as we should be. I didn't like backpacks. I didn't like masks. It's
But
Antonio
why
Antonio
didn't you
Brown
like it?
behavior to
But
me.
why didn't you like it? Antonio Brown's never done that. So why do you not like it for Florida
Because I
State
feel it's a
athletes?
gateway drug to Antonio Brown.
Okay. There it is.
The clownish behavior.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I want these young men, you work so hard. I have a son, man. He's 17, and he's working his butt off. But he works so hard, I don't want to see these kids piss it down the toilet for Instagram likes to put on a goddamn mask you got from a costume shop. I don't want that on my sidelines.
So, you know, and I feel the same way. And I think most fans feel the same way. But I also think that we feel that way from a perspective of an older generation.
Is it?
It's clearly an older generation. I've been out of school since 1995.
Okay.
You've been out since 1998.
Yes.
It's a long time. So
Right.
that's no disrespect to the older generation because I think that's necessary. But also remember, these kids are, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old.
Yeah.
These kids are young enough to be your child.
I can dig
Think
it.
about it. Right. So in being your child, they're on social media all the time. They're doing different things.
Right.
And sometimes we have to slow down to realize that and respect that. But in the same breath, we still got to give them tradition. You're from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, the
All
home
day
of
long.
Ghanaians.
Oh, yeah.
So you're giving them that African tradition with the understanding that they're a different generation. Respect to that.
Correct.
So we back up as adults and we watch you, how you move. But then, hey, listen, son. Okay, come over here.
Right.
Fix that.
Could dig it.
Right.
You know, and my parents always said, hey, it's a time and place for everything.
Right.
And on the sidelines of a football game, it's not a time for you to go Halloween trick-or-treating.
Different generation.
I don't want
But
my
I agree.
I don't want my kids trick-or-treating on the sidelines, man.
I don't want my kids trick-or-treating at all.
Oh, there it is. Oh, we can get into that later. So, I mean, yeah, man, we had some struggles, bumps in the road. Our fans totally disrespected
the process
Right.
last week.
They're not used to a process.
Well,
A process. Okay. A new process. Again,
Not
you
used
talk
to-
about this
not
all the
used to-
time.
yeah,
Jimbo
yeah,
Fisher
true.
came in as an assistant coach.
He was there 3 years before he took
OC.
over.
That's a difference.
See, people, listen. Remember this
Uh-huh.
for the Jimbo Fisher lovers and apologists. Please remember, he was on the staff for roughly 3 years
Right.
as an offensive coordinator and head coach in waiting, some new title,
And pretty much the quarterback coach.
right?
Right.
Prior to taking over.
Right.
So he knew where the bathroom was. He knew where the administration was. He
Right.
knew, the ins and outs of Florida State prior to taking the helm.
Right. Right.
Any coach that would have came in after that, no matter race, creed, religion, would not have had that because they just didn't have it.
Right. New coach.
Okay, so, but we're digressing slightly. But the point is, right now, the fans didn't show up the week prior, right? Against Louisville.
Right.
Very good win. And it was classic for a second, right? We were front runners. We started out real hot in the beginning.
Right.
And towards the end, there was some things there where they let Louisville creep back in. However, we were able to hold that off. And that was the first time I saw that. I mean, so that kind of
Right.
shifted. And now going into this week.
Right.
Wait, let me back up. Back to you fans. You fake
Well,
ass
see,
fans.
that's what I was gonna.
Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
interject. Was that this was about hashtag fake ass fans. Now, I'm going to spend just a quick second
Oh.
because I agree,
Give it
but I
some.
disagree a little bit
Give it some.
because them fake ass fans is like a parent that's disgruntled and disappointed in their child's actions.
I can dig it.
So if that's the case, you do have to chastise that child. And as a fan, you are volunteering your commitment
Right.
and loyalty to this program.
Yes.
And when you see it fail you just naturally do something. And the fans' only recourse was to not come to the game, right? They came back, right? As
Right.
a good parent and a good mentor would.
Right.
They came back 60,000 I think we had in the stands for the North Carolina State game. Something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean that's still not maxing it
I
out.
mean, we hold 90 and change.
But remember,
But I'm with it.
it changed now because we got those boxes now, so they decreased a little bit. Right. So, but that's neither here nor there. But the point is that the fans only have certain medium to lash out at their children. To, hey, we're not
Supporting this. Listen. So basically what you're telling me is I should probably ease up on the fan base slightly.
No, because that's not who you are as a fan. Who you are as a fan is.
I'm in the stands.
Can I speak freely?
Yeah. Kids are listening.
Okay, so as a fan, you are. Forget that. Listen, I'm about winning.
Oh, we can say fuck that on this. This is our show.
What the what? So kids can listen to fuck that?
Yo, we curse kids out here.
Well, why did you say that?
I was just saying. I didn't know where you were headed.
So what words can I not say to
didn't know
kids?
what you were going to say though.
This is true. That's what's beneficial about us. So, but again,
Because it started out as fuck fake ass fans, and I changed it.
I never saw that
No,
part.
I changed it.
Okay, fair enough. Because there's kids listening. There's kids in the environment, and we are a family-friendly podcast. But who you are is fuck that. That's not who we are.
That's me.
I'm more, relaxed, sit back, like, you know what? Let's let this child figure this out.
Right.
If he doesn't figure it out, then I chastise, I smack. If I need to do a little bit more, I do a little bit more.
Right.
But that's my mentality.
I can dig it.
So you should never change who you are. You're an asshole. That's who you are, and that's who you were designed to be. That's who you're going to be for the rest of your life.
You been waiting to call me an asshole all night.
Listen, all night. I've been waiting for the right opportunity to let y'all know this asshole. But you know what? This asshole's my dog.
Yeah.
Love him like he's a blood brother.
It's okay.
Right? And I know him like he's a blood brother.
It's okay.
Right. So I digress.
No, I mean, look. I've been hard on the fans, man. I guess because I'm so die-hard FSU. I mean, I can give criticism, but I'm not jumping ship. I've been off sometimes just on how things have been done. I've been off in the Bobby years.
Yeah.
You know, there's been time in the Bobby year, Bobby Bound,
Rick's era.
Yeah, I mean the Chris Ricks era.
Yeah.
Was disrespectful, man.
4 years of it.
4 years. I mean, head should have rolled, but then loyalty came in from Bobby with the coaching staff. I mean, certain parts of Jimbo Fisher's era.
Right.
Okay. Even right before he won the national championship, I called out his play calling in key situations, especially EJ Manuel. It was a great year in there. I think we just totally effed off a championship shot.
With EJ?
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll look
a championship shot?
We had a championship shot that year. For sure. But, and then obviously the tail end of it. And I understand, it's an arms race. He was arguing around for facilities and, things of that nature. But then when you find out kids aren't going to class.
Right. You took your hand off the steering wheel.
Yeah, Florida State now.
Right.
Guys, listen.
Right.
There's a lot of people who, didn't get their degrees from Florida State that are fans of Florida State that are voicing opinions.
Right.
I'm sorry, they don't hold weight like me. On my wall is a degree that says Florida State. So as far as some of those fans, I don't care if you've been a fan longer than me, but this school reared me in a sense. I got my degree. And every job that I've gotten from them, when a background check is done, I'm confident that my degree's going to come back good.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's bigger than a fan. I'm an alum.
Right.
And so are you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that, we can be a little tight.
You can be, because that's who you are. That's how you represent your institution. And, and I think that, a lot of times we as fans, we forget. We get into our emotions and we get stuck.
Yeah.
And it's tough to sometimes have an out-of-body experience, if you will, to get out of yourself and realize that these are kids in a new kids, and I know how you feel about that, but
men.
just
young men.
Colloquially speaking,
can we not call them kids again from here moving forward?
I can't promise that.
Okay.
I
can't.
Can try. I'll try, but I may call a grown man a kid. I may call a grown man my boy, but I don't mean that, and you understand the difference.
Okay.
Right. But with that said,
they're young men, though.
That's fine.
Okay.
We forget, and it depends on the community and civilization you come from.
Okay.
But we believe that these kids, right? They want to win. They want to be successful. It's no one sets out to fail.
No question.
And so now you have their emotions are stuck on what they're hearing in the media and through the fandom that, hey, they suck. And these aren't true 4 stars. These aren't true 5 stars. And true enough, because we got to call a spade, on the field they have not represented what we expect a 4 and 5 star to represent.
Right.
But nevertheless, we still as fans forget that they came in with the intentions on giving and receiving.
No doubt.
And speaking of, I'm going to go sidebar real quick.
It's fine.
That bill that the governor of California
just signed into law.
Woo!
You want to talk about that real quick?
Got to.
Educate.
So now this bill is stating that a player can get paid based upon his likeness.
Nice.
Right. When in the past the NCAA forbidded that. Yeah. You're basically behind this steel gate, right?
No problem.
Right. But and I started thinking, well, you know what? This is truly the only collegiate program or collegiate sport that they hindered like this. And now how do these players truly benefit off of their likeness and their name?
Basketball too.
True.
Yeah.
But how do they well, basketball you could have left back in the day as a freshman. Or you didn't have to go to you didn't have to go to college.
Right. I mean, as far as more stringent, but I mean the rule is 3 years out of high school, then you can go pro. Right. I mean, college they've now it's the one and done.
Right.
Right. And then obviously with Kevin Garnett bringing back straight out of high school,
right.
So correct. I mean the college football has been one that has kind of definitely stuck to that rule, and it makes sense in a certain degree. because it's a collision sport.
Right.
Right? I mean, you got grown men, in there that I wouldn't want a 19-year-old going up against, J.J. Watt.
Yeah, but what if I'm a grown man
I
at
understand.
19?
It's an exception base. I was about to say this. It should, but there are exceptions.
If they're going to pay me,
There are exceptions.
pay me.
There are exceptions. But yeah, man. So I get all of that. So basically, what you're saying now is they can get money
As of January 2023,
Get that
they can get money.
now.
What I would do,
Yeah, what
I
would
would get me a store as a student, as a freshman coming on campus, and I would have all kind of sports memorabilia in that store signed by each athlete. And I'll tell each athlete, listen, I'll give you 50% of what comes from this.
Oh, so now you're hustling.
Isn't that where we come from?
See, I don't know. I don't know if the rules set up like that.
You can benefit off your likeness.
Your likeness. Now you're trying to say your likeness, and you skimming off the top from other people's
What?
likeness.
Isn't that capitalism? I don't know
See, they
any
didn't say
capital.
that.
I don't know. They did not say that either. I don't know any capitalistic business where you don't skim off the top.
It sounds like though that you can have a store with all your shit in it,
Sure.
but not a bunch of other player stuff in it.
I don't know.
And
The bill does not say. Okay, let's just say I'm an athlete, right? Let's just say I'm a student,
Yeah, because
because it's different for students, right?
facts.
Right. So, but as an athlete, I can own a business,
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
And that business can make money. Correct? Okay. So what's stopping me from owning a sports memorabilia store
Correct.
and making money? Just flat money.
Nothing.
Right.
I like what you did there.
You see how I switched
like
it up?
that.
Oh,
I liked it so much, I fumbled.
But you caught it though.
I fumbled.
You caught it.
And
Though.
fumble recovery.
Hey, thank goodness for kitty caps.
Listen, man. So I
Yeah.
love it, man. So next week, man, let's dive in a little more into that bill, man. I saw that come
Yeah.
across the wire
It's a big
today
deal.
on ESPN and Bleacher Report.
big deal.
Shouts out to those two outlets, man. They they're doing a lot for the Brand Novians as well, man. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But back to these Seminoles, man. 'Cause,
Okay.
you know,
Let's do
we actually running out of time here soon.
That's
man.
fine.
So let's
That's fine.
get to it.
Yeah.
So the fans didn't show well, and they got called out. And actually, I think both sides were embarrassed. I think the fan base was embarrassed, and the university and coaching staff and all that were embarrassed.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And
The lowest in like 50 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and both sides deserve blame and both sides deserve credit.
Right.
Now that you kind of flipped me on it, I mean, it makes sense. We haven't seen it before. The only real recourse we got is to not show up.
That's it.
And I think that helped Coach Taggart and those players see that, listen, guys, you aren't trying hard enough.
Right. Put
And
the
if you
onus
are
on them.
trying hard
Right.
enough, you're not executing. And we're a school that we're not saying you got to win every year. Bobby left at least 3 national championships on the field of play.
Right.
At least.
Right.
Should have had 5. At a minimum 4.
But no losing seasons.
No losing season
since his first year out. Yeah.
Right, since out the gate. So, and now this is Coach Taggart's second season. Let's give the coach a chance. I was going to say give the brother a chance, but some of you may take that as a throwing in the race card. I'm throwing in the coach card.
I don't even like that card
Yeah,
situation,
but
I know
understand
I know
what
where
I'm
you
saying.
come.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
I do.
We
That
got
card,
some simple-minded
it's
people that listen
legitimate.
to us, man.
That's true. That's true.
So we got to be clear here.
Yeah, that's true. Coach Taggart has been there for 2 years. This being his second year. True?
Not even 2.
Not even 2. Okay, year and 4 games.
Year and some change.
Year and some change. He's had enough time because we do as fans, as alums, we do have at some point it's incumbent upon us to put some pressure on this coaching staff.
Pressure.
Right. And I think after the first game, We was ready to give it all to him. But it's incumbent upon us to do that because he needs to understand, and I'm sure he does because he's extremely intelligent, and he's been doing this at several locations and has been successful even though his record doesn't show, that we expect more. Like, you can't come in here with this USF stuff. We're not Oregon. Yeah, they got all the nice facilities, they big time, but they haven't won a ship.
Yeah, we're not even thinking about them.
We got 3.
Yeah.
We got 3 and should have had more in defense of what you said.
No question.
So, and I think Coach Taggart, and he explains this in his press conferences all the time, is that he's aware of that and he respects that, and the fans should be mad. So I don't get on fans for being fake ass fans.
No doubt.
Right? But in the same breath, when you come back to this institution, because you will come back.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Come back with your tail between your legs.
No, I don't even do that.
I'm just saying.
Come back as a proud fan. It's okay.
Good point. Now you sold me.
Yeah, it's
Full
okay.
circle.
It's okay.
Because it's your right to.
You know what, though? Taggart can have a little more energy, right, in his press
That's
conference.
not who he is, though. That's not who he is.
He's kind of smooth.
That's
smooth.
why he
He's
brought
smooth.
Levitt in.
He's smooth, though.
That's his. Oh, no doubt.
He's smooth. He's a little too smooth. I kind of feel
his
like
thing.
people don't get up behind him because he's a little too smooth.
That's his thing.
I think they
man.
want him a little more energetic.
That's why he brings in Jim Levitt.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
I can dig it.
You know, Coach Taggart is a politician, I might say.
Is he?
Somewhat. You remember when he hit the block? He was a politician. He went on a tour. He was that guy. Before the season started, everybody was high.
Right.
Crack high.
Right.
Then the Virginia Tech game happened.
It's a hell of a drug you just named. You said crack. You didn't say marijuana, which is legal right now. You took us to Pookie.
I didn't mean to do that.
You did. It's subconsciously.
All right.
It's okay.
But then you fall as hard as you go up, right? Right? So he fell down, and now you know what? We as Florida State fans, we're here to not necessarily figure it out,
Right.
but we're here to ease the tension while we figure it out. And that's the politics, the entertainment, the lifestyle. That's what we do.
I can dig it. I can dig it, man. But look, I think that game in Louisville let the players see that we could lose this whole thing. And I don't mean just on the field. Just the energy that is Florida State. Once the fans stop showing up, I think they practice different. And I this week we didn't go to practice. We didn't do that this week.
There's no
right?
empirical evidence to show that.
No, this is pure gut feeling conjecture at this point.
Right.
They came out with an aggressiveness level against North Carolina State that I liked.
Okay.
They fed off the crowd, and Coach Taggart in his post game press conference, he mentioned that, and also in his meeting with the media earlier today, he expressed that again, and it just helped a lot, man. That energy, and they played with it more so than I ever seen before. Are there still things they can work on? Yes.
Sure.
I mean, our secondary still needs some work. I still think we can do a little better at tackling, especially. They're opening, not protecting the middle of the field. That we definitely can do there a little bit better.
Right.
But I like the quarterback situation. Seems like we got 2 serviceable quarterbacks.
We do.
Right?
We do.
One's a lefty, one's a righty, right? So that depending on who we're playing and what's going on, that's good to know.
Right.
That's good to know. Right. And we'll just see how it plays out. It's not, to me, Blackman versus, the backup. None of that good stuff, right?
Sure.
To me, just win.
Yeah, and I do think that when you start looking at the dynamics behind that just win comment, is that you have this lefty quarterback that's going to be gone in 7-8 games.
Yeah.
He's not coming back next season.
No, he's not.
You got this quarterback that's been in the program for 3 years, right? 3 seasons. And he is coming back, hopefully, next season, right? So you have to figure out as a coach, how do you temper justice with mercy, right?
Yeah.
How do you get both of these quarterbacks shine, playing time,
Yes.
and an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of folks talk about go with Hornibrook. I don't agree with that. I think you go with both of these quarterbacks because they both have something different. Blackman's going to push the field. He's going to push that ball down the field. Hornibrook's more of a technician. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's going to hit the short passes. Generally will hit it quick. Sometimes he holds the ball too long. Like Blackman used to hold it his first year out. And so you got some negatives and positives with them both. Why not figure out how to get the double positives out of both of these quarterbacks in certain situations?
Yeah, I mean, it's the old adage, though. You got two quarterbacks, you got none. And for me, there has to be a starter. There has to be a backup. I don't mind right now for what I've seen out of both of them. Flip a coin. I don't care. I just feel that right now, the name of the game is win. Now, if you're telling me you feel we can win with a two quarterback system,
That's what I'm saying.
I've just never seen that in the history of the sport the way it's successful. I just haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it right now. Maybe we did some research, Do
you recall University of Florida?
I do, and they weren't successful.
When the University of
Not with the two quarterback system. I know
when they had when they had Warfel and the other kid, they won a championship.
Who's the other kid?
The kid that's a commentator.
No, that wasn't Warfel. You're talking Mike Leake.
No, I'm not talking about Chris Leake. I'm not talking about Chris Leake. That's Tebow. I'm not. I'm going back further. I'm going back when they had
Warfel and
what's the commentator? He's a good commentator too. He
Jesse Palmer?
Jesse Palmer, and not saying that he played the same amount of time, but I think they brought something different.
Hey man, why the hell are we talking about the University of Florida?
Because you said you've never seen it in history, and I'm itemizing when it's been shown in history.
Can we not talk about UF right now?
Why are you asking a universal question? Just say I've never seen it at Florida State.
Brandovians, I don't talk about University of Florida.
But I talk about football and sports because
my,
we're about sports
on my microphone.
Fair enough. He qualified that statement.
I did.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll accept. So anyway, I wanted to touch on this when you said North Carolina State. We have a mob squad. I like to call they call themselves a mob. The mob, excuse me. And that's our defensive line.
MOB or MOBB?
I saw MOB.
Ooh.
The media hasn't caught up to the MOBB though.
Okay, no doubt.
So you just introduced something different to the crowd.
Yeah. R.I.P. Prodigy, man.
Talk to them about
you,
it. Talk to them about it.
Yeah,
so this defensive line gives the linebackers an opportunity to shine. They're either going to fail,
no doubt,
or succeed.
Yeah.
And I think what we saw in the first three games, even though they mixed up a 3-4 and a 4-3 and a number of different sets, a 5-man front, is that the linebackers initially did not shine, and they're leaving that middle wide open. So now you're seeing running lanes in the middle of your defense up and down the field. But I think at this point now, they finally put Leonard Warner, in the middle.
I like it.
He's not an outside linebacker. He knows he's not an outside linebacker. But they put him in the middle, and between him and D-Jack, they have an opportunity to stop the middle.
Yeah.
And they're flying around the ball, and that's what we're seeing right now.
And I like it. I mean, because D-Jack, I think he would even admit to you that he had a lackluster beginning of the season.
Oh, terrible.
And now he's, at least the past couple of games, he's starting to find his way.
Right. Well, they benched him.
He's starting to find his way.
Right. That makes you find your way.
It's kind of like the fans not coming up.
Boom.
You find your way.
Boom.
So I just like what I see, man. So, look, great win, 31-13, all phases of the game. I mean, I saw some flashes from special teams. The defense came through with a couple of turnovers. Offense, you said Honibrook, he threw some deep passes there and some deep touchdowns that were pretty nice.
Take nothing away from him.
And then, of course, Cook is getting the ball, and
I'm sorry, who's getting the ball?
I'm thinking Cook, man, I want him back.
He ain't coming back to the doors. But we got somebody, Cam, who broke his freshman record.
Killer Cam, no doubt.
Get him the ball.
I like that a lot. So it's promising.
Yeah. We're far away.
Far away from. Right, and I think every Florida State fan understands that. Now the timeline of correcting said far away, we can disagree on that, but I think we all know.
Sure.
But heading into the bye week, man, Clemson on the other side of it.
They struggle with North Carolina now. Keep that in mind.
Mac Brown let him off the hook.
You let him off the hook.
You were who we thought you were. And we let him off the hook.
That D-line is not what it used to be, man.
Hey, I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say.
They're clearly not.
What I am going to say is, Clemson does this.
Yeah.
Clemson does
Lost
this.
to Syracuse a couple years ago. Yeah,
Clemson does this, and then they come back like gangbusters.
And we have them after the bye week, which we ain't scared to.
Right.
We ain't scared.
No, I don't think we pump fear. I just think right now
Yeah.
we're still learning to win, and quite frankly, Clemson is Big Brother. We used to be that, and you might not want to. That's tough to say, but I'm going to say it on my mic. They're Big Brother on this
is
mic.
my mic, and I'm not going to call no other man my big brother other than Sid. And that's my big brother.
Yeah, well, in the ACC, sir.
I'm sorry. Their little brother that now got better than me. In my book, they can be your big brother, guy.
I like that. I like that.
I'm just saying.
Say that one more time. Say that one more
They
time.
are little brother that got better than me.
Okay. I can dig it.
Boom.
There it is.
Right.
So coming off the bye week, man, going into the bye week, I like it. We got some momentum. So, when we come back here next week, let's dig into more of that.
Okay.
Let's just go talk to some of these coaches and see what's going on, look at a couple of practices, and check some things out, man. I'll be in Tallahassee this weekend. FAMU's homecoming.
Okay, no doubt.
Shouts out to the Rattlers, man. Big game this weekend.
Yeah.
They're doing some good things over there. They're starting to get a little momentum on the other side of the tracks with their football program.
Sure.
So I love that. And, when we're there, we're going to swing by the campus and talk to some of the folks and see what's going on and we'll report back to the people, man.
And do what we do.
Hey, man, this feels good to be back, man.
Brother, I appreciate it.
See,
you knocking over everybody's drink. What's going on with you? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
That's the first time in 25 years almost I've heard him say my fault. That's wild.
Probably so.
That's wild. But you know what? I'm going to take it and it's on wax.
There it is.
Let's roll.
Man. So once again, Brand Novia's podcast. It's your boy Black.
It's your dog. It's your dog. Shit, I thought it was Black
there
too.
we go,
See, you got to see that because I was supposed to say that to you.
What's in your cup?
It's your,
You want to try this again?
It's your boy Doc, the ancestral scientist. I'm here with my dog C Black, the divine mathematician.
Yeah.
And we together are Brand Novians.
Yeah, man. So we'll be back. Once again, check us out on Podbean, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram. Holla at us, man. www.brandnovians.com. Yo, we out of here, man. Peace.